Hey, Purple World, it's Clint from the Purple Politicians. Now, just like you, I'm eagerly awaiting the release of Prince's book and memoir, The Beautiful Ones. Don't have to wait anymore, because just like you, mine has been sent out already. Now, I have a few thoughts on the book that I want to share. I'm going to review the book basically for those that didn't get it or, are kind of unsure on whether or not they want to get it. Now, before I get into the book review, uh, if you like what I'm doing, just kind of subscribe right here. And when you do subscribe, watch all the videos that we've posted and like them. You see this little bell here? Just click on that bell and you'll get notifications every time we post a video. Now, before you even open the book, we're all familiar with the front of the cover. We've seen it for the past couple of months. Prince taking a selfie, the beginnings of the selfie. He invented the selfie. No, I'm kidding. But if you turn it around, there is a quote from the book, and it relates to his mother and the first thing he remembers seeing entering the world, which were her eyes. He remembered when he was a baby, he remembered her eyes. Now, the quote on the back of the book is, you know how you can tell when someone is smiling? Just by looking in their eyes. And that's something he believed in, according to the book. He always knew what a person was thinking by looking in their eyes, because the eyes are very telling. Upon opening the book, there's an introduction by Dan Piepenbring, Prince's co-author of the book. And he's basically documented within the first 50 pages of this book how he and Prince got together for this project. Now, to be quite honest, there isn't much reading in this book because Prince never really completed his manuscript beyond the first 50 pages. And those first 50 pages are actually featured. The handwritten pages are featured within the book. And, you could read it if you'd like. Or what they did is they showed pictures of the pages laid out for you to read that way, or you could actually read out the same manuscript in a typed form. Now, the highlights of the book are the handwritten pages for a lot of songs that we all know. It's a lot of 1999 songs, like 1999, where you kind of realize that the opening line, "I was dreaming when I wrote this," was originally intended to be "I was tripping when I wrote this," which is actually kind of funny. But you also see lyrics for songs like "Vagina," "Little Red Corvette," and songs like that. It's actually very interesting, and for a Prince fan, that's actually something we always want to see. We love to see the creative process Prince goes through in creating a song, and these handwritten pages are actually an integral part of that. Another fun part of this book is a scrapbook. I don't know if it's a newly made scrapbook or one that Prince made in his earlier years, but it shows Prince in his younger years kind of keeping track of his life, basically, into recording his first album. It's a lot of fun. You can see him having fun. You see him in old family pictures. You see him hanging out with his friends and the producers and his managers. And it's something that we rarely get to see because Prince was so in control of his image that being so relaxed was not a part of him. But to see that he was actually willing to release these pictures finally for this book is awesome. Now, looking through the scrapbook parts, you kind of get a sense of his humor. We already know his humor, but he had a sense of humor that's very heartwarming in his younger years, and it carried into his adulthood. He was a little more mischievous in his adulthood, but still, you could see his sense of humor and where it all stemmed from. Another interesting part of the book is the layout for a collage, which I believe is an early idea for the 1999 album cover. Uh, Either the album cover or maybe some artwork within the album. I'm not sure. It's not really well explained within the book, but it's laid out there, and you could see the original art for 1999. It's incredible. It's actually a lot more than what was actually put out. And the album already has plenty to look at, but this one goes way beyond that, as you can see here. And another cool part is this storyboard. Rebecca Blake, the director of the Kiss video, actually drew up a storyboard for the video to present to Prince to show him her idea for the video, because he really didn't want a fancy video, according to him. He wanted something that wasn't a music video, and this was her idea for him, and apparently he liked it because the video pretty much follows the storyboard almost exactly. It's very interesting to look at. Now, along with that Rebecca Blake storyboard, there is also handwritten lyrics for an early version of Kiss. Now, the original title for that song was supposed to be Your Kiss, but obviously it's all changed into Kiss, as we all know and love. But the real highlight of this book is the 11-page handwritten treatment for the movie Purple Rain. And it basically explains, it seems to focus more on Morris than it does on Prince. But Prince is definitely a character in the movie. Not the kid, but his name is Prince. It states that Morris is a part-time musician, part-time pimp, and he's cool. Basically, that's how he describes Morris. And bits of the movie are relevant within that treatment. The parental abuse and things like that, and the battle between Morris and Prince. Now, the most interesting part of that treatment is the song list that is in the treatment. Now, Prince put a list of songs that he wanted in the movie. And the songs are as follows, as you could see. Baby, I'm a Star, I Would Die For You, Moonbeam Levels, which was originally recorded during the 1999 sessions, I Can't Stop This Feeling I Got, which eventually made its way into the Graffiti Bridge movie, which is virtually a sequel to it. Too Tough, Wouldn't You Love to Love Me, I Just Want to Be Rich, and Bold Generation. Now, this is an interesting reveal that Prince has given us, because really the only edit to the song list that we ever knew of was Electric Intercourse. We always assumed that the songs were supposed to be the way they were, and I guess it would make sense that the song list is different. It seems like the treatment was written probably around 1982, 83, before the movie was even, really produced. It was basically an idea that Prince had in his head that he jotted down, and these were the songs that he expected to be in the movie. Moonbeam Level makes sense because that was the time that the song was recorded, and it would have made sense to put it in the movie because it was still kind of fresh in his head, one can assume. Too Tough. Now, if I remember Too Tough was a product of the Rebels sessions, so I'm not sure if it was ever recorded, but now that's something I look forward to finding out. And the inclusion of I Can't Stop This Feeling I Got, which to me indicates that there's an early version of the song aside from the one that we know of. I know the one that was recorded by The Revolution, and I know the one that was recorded for the Graffiti Bridge movie, but this leads me to believe that there's another version of this song floating around. Now, hopefully, the estate would find it in their kind hearts to release this song in some sort of collection, maybe a companion piece to the book. That would be great. But, I'm asking a lot. But, a man can dream, can't he? But anyway, aside from there not being a lot of actual reading to do in this book, there's a lot of filler, and I want to use a better word than filler, because that kind of makes it sound like, okay, they had the writing and then they kind of filled the book up and make it sound negative. I'm not trying to be negative at all. The things that they put in the book are really fascinating, and they really show the creative process of Prince in his early years. So if you haven't pre-ordered this book yet, or if you haven't bought it, do it, because it's really worth owning, this book. But anyway, this is Clint. Peace and be wild.